You are now tuned in to The Gifted Gab.
I don't appreciate being called a NARP, by the way.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, all right. Thank you, everyone, for tapping in. I have a lovely guest, Maya, here, digital creator and entrepreneur. We got into a lot, actually, in this episode, specifically about women in business, sponsorship. She gives some lovely tips on how to approach and attract businesses, and also her experience being a Team Canada track athlete and her transition into now being just an entrepreneur and a lot more. So stay sticked onto the ride. We are here. As usual. So
That was good.
yeah, we're here. So how you been?
Good. Oh my God, are we recording right now?
I guess so. Yeah, we're live. Yeah,
Shit.
we're live.
I thought at least it would be a little. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Good start to my week so far. Had a lot of things going on. I feel like like guys were saying, adulting's been overrated. You know,
Super.
I feel like I can never get ahead of everything I need to have
Ever.
and need to do, and I just feel like I'm always just next. And I was speaking with my homie. He said like he doesn't know if he's on the verge of a breakthrough or a breakdown.
That's a good one, and I'm stealing that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna steal
it's
that.
crazy.
Because it's true. And I always feel like I'm like, okay, everything's going good, everything's working well, and then there's always just something, and I'm just like, oh.
It's like,
okay.
okay, I got to take care of that
Now
now.
I gotta do that. Like bills come up every time. I'm
Ah.
like, okay, savings are looking nice. It's something, and I'm like, oh, there goes that.
A big reason why I sold my car is because I always knew exactly when my payday was,
And it's
and
just like, run
engine
me
like, are you stupid? Run me that. Are you kidding me?
run it
Please.
right now.
So, all right, yeah, we got Mayan, digital creator, entrepreneur. That's big.
Dang.
Honestly, that's big because especially as a woman in business, a black woman in business in the city,
Yeah.
that is huge. What really got you into that? Because when I knew you, you were a track athlete.
I was a track athlete. Oh gosh, it feels like a million years ago. What really got me into it was the pandemic. Like, I know everybody started a business during the pandemic. I'm one of those people, but it was really just like the Olympics were canceled. I couldn't train. Like, I was just like, what the hell am I going to do now? And I'm very big on like self-care and self-love. So oh gosh, I feel like my brain's all over the
Keep
place.
going. It's all good.
But I've been like making, like, my company, we make small batch handmade body scrubs and butters, and I've been making those since I was like 8 years old. So I've been doing it this whole time, but like my friends and everybody close to me were like, you should sell this. Like, my skin's glowing, like it's working really well. So that's really where it rooted from, and it just took off from there, and it became like a whole entity on its own.
So has the body care and skin business, has that something that's always been on your mind? Was that something you started while as a track athlete, or
Yeah.
when did that?
Yeah, like
Wow.
literally, it just was something that came. Like I said, I've been doing like the scrubs for myself since I was
Yeah.
like a really little kid. My cousin had like a DIY body care spa treatment at home book,
Wow.
and I stole it.
Shout out to your cousin though.
Shout
man.
out to
Shit.
Stacy.
Shit.
And I just started making it. Obviously, I make a much more advanced version of it from what it was, but and I've been using it just because when you're on track, you're always on camera. And so I'm always like, I need to look good.
Facts.
So,
Yo, I've always wondered, like, when you're running, you're sweating. How do you keep the hair good? Like, how's that?
edge control.
It's crazy.
Good edge control. I have it was like a whole routine I would
Yeah.
do when I was getting ready. Like, I feel like when I ran track and when I was competing, that's when I looked like my best, like nails done, hair done, lashes, everything. Because the camera's there. You have to look good.
Yeah, 100%. It's following you the whole way through. Honestly, the Olympics are some of my favorite times of the year.
Really?
Whenever it's going on, yeah, I love it.
What's
I love
your favorite
watching
event?
that. Probably the 800.
Whoa.
I don't like doing it, but I like watching it. So do those ones.
Wow.
I used to do it. I remember in like middle school. Shout out to McBride, man. They used to do it. They used to force us to do 800s.
God.
I used to hate it because I have asthma.
No way.
So especially as like a basketball athlete, that's something I always struggle with. But I like the 800 because it's like a test of stamina, endurance, really.
It's
you know what I mean?
crazy.
Yeah.
And like literally in recent years, it's become more of like a sprint. Like, they're going through really fast, and a lot of the 800-meter girls now can run a really good
Yeah.
400.
Yeah, most
So,
definitely.
I don't want any smoke with them at all.
So I gotta be real with you. Me as a basketball athlete, I've transitioned similar to what you've done. Just starting this platform here as well and becoming an actor. So it was a huge transition for me after the pandemic. So I completely relate to you when you say things like, yeah, the pandemic kind of stalled things. So I mean, how how does it feel to talk about track, things that you were passionate about, while you're now stepped away from the game? Because I struggle with that too as an athlete.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, yo, fuck.
I don't. It's been difficult, like especially like the past month. Like World Champs just finished, Commonwealth Games just finished, and I purposely kind of stayed away from reposting anything because I find when I do post about track, people are like, "Oh, when are you coming back? When are you gonna?" And I'm just like, "Bro, like
Relax.
you didn't see the cute little picture I posted, like."
I seen you had it pinned.
Yeah, it's pinned.
Yeah,
it's pinned. So nobody should ask me anymore. But it's like a love-hate because I really do love watching track, but it is kind of hard.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, oh, that used to be me. Like I was just there.
Yeah.
Like, I still get emails from like Athletics Canada. They're just like, you haven't declared for this team, and I'm just like, I'm done. Like I'm finished.
You're off of this. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Bye. Peace out.
So how was that experience playing with Team Canada? Running with Team Canada. Yeah, sorry.
It was good. I really, really loved it. I got to travel a lot.
Yeah.
Like I got to go to places I never thought I would ever go to. So I really enjoyed it, and I met some of like my closest friends through track. So it was a really special time.
Yeah.
But I just felt like it was time for something new and to just kind of pivot to something else.
Yeah. The way I look at life, man, it's like I don't feel like anyone should be doing one thing their whole entire life.
Exactly.
That's kind of why it's part of the reason why I transitioned into what I'm doing now. But yeah, I won't lie. There's moments where I'm like, damn, like,
Yeah.
it stings a little bit. It's like,
yeah.
damn,
I'm just
shit.
like, are you serious?
Like, come on, yeah. No, it is what it is, though. But
Yeah.
what you're doing now is dope. I've been keeping
Thank
tabs with
you.
you for a while now. You're a digital creator too.
I am.
Talk about that.
Honestly, it's because of track.
Yeah.
Because when I graduated college, like I didn't have a deal. So I'm like, how am I gonna get this shit for sorry my language. How am I gonna get like this stuff for free? Like protein's expensive, like so I just had to learn how to I studied public relations and sports management when I was in college. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna market myself and just use myself like I'm the product. So that's what I started doing, and I just started working with more brands, and I find like the more brands you work with, the more other brands want to work with you. And when I first started, I was reaching out to brands like constantly. Like, how did you do that? Are you emailing them? Are you phoning them? Like, what's your emailing
pitch?
Them. My pitch is, when I was like, I'm Maya Stevens. I just graduated from St. John's. I'm one of the best in Canada. Like, what's up?
Yeah,
like, let's get something
popping.
popping.
Yeah.
So I started doing that. But now it's like brands reach out to me. They're like, we love your content. Like, you just embody what our brand is. And now they're pitching to me, and I'm turning people down. I'm like, I'm not doing that for
Tables
free.
turn.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's good.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest hurdle for a lot of digital creators and a lot of influencers that want to start out is they're sometimes afraid to take that risk to shoot their shot on some of these businesses.
Don't be.
Honestly, I was one of those people though.
Why?
I'm like, because not even just like, it's not even a matter of me being scared. I'm just like, I just didn't know how to reach out to these brands.
Just gotta do it.
I didn't know how, because I look at these corporations, these big ones, as like, they're not gonna respond to an email from me. Like, what is it? But I realize that it's so accessible nowadays with social media, with all these different platforms, and I'm like, what?
It's really easy.
Yeah.
I feel like it's low key the cheat code. Like,
what type of tips do you have for like, someone that's starting out?
I would say have like a short, concise pitch. Like, don't like 3-4 paragraphs. They're not reading that at all. It's like have a really engaging subject line, and then introduce yourself immediately. Tell them like, just give like your top 3 points of like why you want to work with them, why they should work with you. And just be like, look forward to hearing back from you. And send follow-ups, because
the follow-ups.
Yeah, the follow-ups are key. I've gotten a lot off of a follow-up.
Yeah?
Yeah, because you have to imagine they're getting a whole bunch of emails, and it could just get lost in the sauce. You just have to be like, hey, just circling back. My favorite line is, hey, just circling back. Just to
we're coming to circling back.
Yeah,
oh, man.
Circling back just to see. And it works.
Oh, man. And this is you just doing it on your own. You don't have any team. No one else working with you. That's amazing. No.
Thank you.
You're really a small business.
Yeah, I'm really.
That's crazy.
Just me.
Where do you see yourself going with this now?
I don't know. It's such an interesting question, because when I first started, like, I just want to do this for the people I care about. And then, like, more and more people started buying it, and I started getting coverage from different, like, publications, and even, like, I should remember the name of the show. It's like a Canadian like breakfast like talk show. I think it's called, it's like The Something. Damn.
That's crazy. We're gonna have to bring it up after.
I'm so sorry.
I'm judging you.
I know.
I'm definitely judging you.
Yeah. Well, it's just me.
Yeah,
like,
you're
come
on the hot seat now.
I'm on now.
No,
And
no.
you said I wouldn't be on the hot seat.
No, I'm
But
talking shit.
just like because I don't mean to toot my own horn, but because it was such a good product, like one woman reached out to me. She's like, I'm the booking agent for this show. Like, I want to feature your product. And she's like, it's going to be in February. Just send me whatever. And that's what it is.
That's amazing.
Thank you. So I feel like now I just want to capitalize on that and just continue to grow. I want to add a few more products, like a new product line. And yeah, just.
It's kind of amazing when you take a risk on yourself, you bet on yourself, and you see the rewards come that quickly. Because, it's not to say that you hadn't been through any hurdles, because I'm sure you've encountered some bullshit for sure. Yeah. I feel like you can go on for days about that, but it's good to see the reward coming and being recognized that quickly, because it lets you know that what you're doing is what you should be doing.
Exactly. And I'm always just like, God, like, show me I'm on the right path. Show me I'm doing, and he's just like, all right, here.
Yeah, all right.
Like,
okay.
Here, just take it.
Yeah.
Like, you're being annoying now.
It is what it is. So you have your own business, Oma Beauty Corporation.
It is. Yeah, that's her.
Where'd you get the name from?
Honestly, oh gosh, like I just feel like everybody needs to take a moment for themselves and like take care of themselves and self-care. So it really was like easy. Like I find a lot of people will be like, oh, it's because this and that. Like it's so deep, and I'm just like, mine was just like, take a moment.
Honestly, I was kind of analyzing like that too. I'm like, where did this come from?
Yeah.
But I like that too, because we're in a society where everything's very fast paced. That's how North American society is. It's like, what can you do next? What's next? What's next? No one really takes the time to just relax.
Exactly.
To share community, to have that sense of just patience and enjoying life. You go to places in Europe, Italy, for example. They're so slow.
Oh my gosh,
I've heard countless stories.
And I went to Barcelona in 2019, and literally in the middle of the day, like you couldn't go to lunch. They're just like, it's break. We're on a nap. Like we're taking naps. Like, so that's it. And especially like when I was coming up with like everything that I wanted to do with the brand, I'm like, I really want this to be an experience, not just a product. So like we have like self-love affirmation cards. We have like a QR code that you scan, and it takes you to our Spotify that has like different curated like playlists, yeah, for like different like self-care activities. And so it's just like you're really taking a moment for yourself. Like everybody needs to just chill. Exactly.
Chill. And especially after the pandemic, and I hate bringing it up because I always do, but especially after that time, it's like I think everyone's stress has been dialed up to 100.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone's, worried about what's next. Everyone's worried about what happened, and it's just like, let's take a moment.
Yeah, just take a moment. That's
Let's take a moment.
Just take a moment.
I like that.
Go to Moment Beauty Co. Like,
might have to be the name of this episode, eh?
Just take a moment and just like, also like just embrace, like I feel like you said everybody's focusing on like what's next, what am I gonna do. Just enjoy the now, the present. Like there's power in just like not knowing.
There's a power. There's actually a book called that. I actually read, The Power of Now.
Eckhart Tolle.
Yeah, you read that?
No, but my mom has it.
Yeah, gold.
I've been meaning to read it. Now that I have your recommendation, I'm gonna read it.
Please do. That book really set the tone for me in terms of appreciating the now. Rather than, because there's a lot of times you'll be around friends, or I'll be around friends sometimes, and I felt like I was just worried about, oh shit, like that test I did last week, damn, like, oh, what about this presentation I got next week, without even being present.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then sooner than later that moment passes, then you're worried about it's a cycle.
Like a cycle, and you're constantly worrying about the past or the future. Like, just enjoy everything.
Yeah, and man, just trying to
to
live life, man. Shit, we here, summertime.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
It's summer. I mean, it's almost over.
I feel like you were at Caravana, no?
I was.
How was that?
It was so much fun.
Yeah?
Like, really, really fun.
I was working the whole time.
Yeah, you were not outside.
I was not outside.
You were not.
Not outside.
But it was really fun. And because it was the first one in 2 years, like, I was having a blast.
Yeah, I remember meeting you, what was it, 2015 or whatever, with Caravana. It was time ago.
Yeah.
I remember, because we had a couple mutual friends. I remember meeting you that time, but before then or after then, I haven't been to Bana since 2019, give or take, 18.
I know, you should have been out.
I'm heated. I was just working, but So what time did you get that? Were you playing mass or?
Yeah, I was playing mass.
Oh man, you're in the mix.
I was in that, like,
yeah.
And we really were outside for like 9 hours. Like, we were the last band to cross the stage in the last section. Like, oh my goodness. But it was worth it. I was faded. Like,
yeah.
My mom
Tequila?
was like, yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. I was
of
gonna
course.
say you respect yourself.
Of course, the tequila way. Like,
please.
my mom was like, I was looking for you. And I'm like, girl, it wasn't going to happen.
I heard there's some issues with Stormers.
There was.
A lot of issues this year. Yeah.
There was. Like, they were, and it's so funny because, like, I try to lead with, like, empathy in life. So I remember being, like, a kid, like, storming the parade, you know? Like,
y'all were. Yeah.
Who had $500 for a costume at 16? But now I'm like, all right, now, like, you're pushing it. Like, get off of me.
Yeah,
like,
move for me. Yeah,
it's hot. Like,
oh man, I remember I got cussed out one year, man. I only only my brothers know this story. I got cussed out one year, and it wasn't even that bad. I was just trying to move past someone. She's like, "Yo, move out." I'm like, "Yo, relax." Like, and it was embarrassing too. It's like maybe 2017, 2018. I'm like, "Yo, relax. It's okay." Like, I'm really just trying to just make way here. But I know a lot of. Because when you're a masquerader, you're paying a lot of money for these costumes and a lot of money for the experience. So I understand. Because I played actually mask 1 year too.
No way. With who?
With my homie Trey. But we
no,
were
I mean,
in
which band?
we were with it was like a subgroup of Sardinia.
Oh, okay.
It was like one. You know how Sardinia has different fractions. So it was one of those bands. I forgot the name, but we did that. We had these like brown. It was like brown. It's like brown shorts. I'm not even gonna put up pictures on the episode too. If you're wondering that, you're not getting that. You're not getting that.
At least
nice try.
Please.
Yeah, nice try. Yeah.
Wow.
Nice try. I remember that.
Wow.
I remember doing it, and we were on the road for like probably like 12 hours. It's crazy because they messed up the whole route.
Bro, it's insane.
The whole route.
And like I've played mass before, and I don't remember it being that long. Like
what's going on?
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is new. Like, what's happening?
You know what I'm saying? Knees start hurting.
Yeah, no, feet
start hurting.
And I have like really good running shoes. Like, I work with a shoe brand.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so I'm like, my feet are gonna be good. Like, I have these Hokas. Shout out to Hoka. And
are we gonna edit that part out?
No,
what are we doing? No, I'm joking. Keep going.
It's like walking on a cloud. Like, this is what marathoners wear, so I'm gonna wear these, and my feet. And I went out that night.
Oh yeah, you're different.
Yeah,
where'd you go?
I went to Love Child.
Oh yeah, I heard that was booming that night. Yeah. I heard it was booming. It was so my homie was lying to me.
He was lying to you.
It's crazy.
He was just trying to get you out.
It'd be your own homies.
It'd be your own
homies. It's crazy.
It'd be your own
tough
homies.
system.
I'm sorry.
Honestly, I've never heard anything good of Love Child until that day he told me. But it is what it is.
I'm never going back. Never.
Makes sense. Yo, King Street is just not me either. Like, I've been to a few places I've enjoyed, but altogether it's just not my speed anymore.
Yeah, and I feel like I just moved back here from Miami technically in May.
Wow.
So I'm like I'm just getting used to being in Toronto again and going like doing the Toronto nightlife, and I'm like, y'all are kind of whack. I'm not gonna lie.
How's the Miami nightlife?
So much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're ever in Miami, go to Wynwood.
Wynwood?
Yeah.
That's the spot?
It's like an area, and like literally every party you go to, it's fun.
I heard Liv was booming.
It is on Sundays.
Oh, saying you're a regular.
Not anymore.
Yeah, because I seen you were in Miami a few times. You literally just ran a 5K last week.
I did.
Talk about that. You talk about these things so casually. For me, a 5K is a big deal.
When I started, it was a big deal. So how it happened was last year, a brand reached out to me and they're like, we would love for you to host a 5K. At that time, I'm like, I'm a sprinter. Like, I only run the 400 max, but the pay was nice. So I was just like, F it, let's do it. And now, like, I was able to build like a community of people who come, and it's just so much fun. And honestly, it's really not that bad. Like, a 5K is not that bad. It's like a jog, like, and it's like by the pier and the water. It's really, you said you do 3Ks. It's only 2K more. Yeah,
because what's 2K?
Exactly.
Yeah. What's 800 meters? Or no, it's way more than 800
meters.
It's
way
more. What's 2K? I'm terrible
2K
at math,
is
by the way.
2,000 meters.
Oh.
It's really not that bad. I promise.
Yeah, 2,000. And this is heat, too. You're running this in the sun.
Yeah. Well, we started at 8:30 last week to, like, beat the heat, and it was actually really nice outside.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get me to do a 5K, Yo, so I'm gonna ask you this question later on, but 5Ks to me is an accomplishment. That's big. No, I'm being very serious. It's huge. And you spoke about the community that you created or are a part of it. I've done some research. Free People Movement.
Yes.
What's that about?
So there's a brand called Free People, and it's like an apparel brand and company,
Okay.
but they started their movement line, and they're really trying to become a separate entity from Free People. So that's why they just call it FP Movement. And again, like I never heard of them when I first started, but now I'm literally obsessed.
Yeah.
Like when they have new stuff, I'm like, can you send me that, please? Like I really want that one. And the stuff is actually really good quality, and it's really cute.
So it's mainly just gym wear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Activewear. But
Activewear.
Okay. But they have stuff for like skiing and surfing.
It's kind of like Lulu?
Yeah, pretty much.
I see. Okay. Because I saw them on your page. I was looking at them like, oh, this is kind of dope. This is kind of dope.
And it's nice seeing them grow, because literally last year they weren't what they are now. So that's really good.
You were a part of them before that. Okay, so you're from the jump.
Get in from the ground up.
I see.
Become indispensable.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it. So, yeah, the question I wanted to ask you is because, of course, you were a Team Canada track athlete. You're a track athlete in general. You went to St. John's, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's huge. That's really big. So, you know, when you're part of a program, you're obligated to perform certain activities. You're obligated to attend workouts. You're obligated to, you know, stay in shape.
Yeah.
That's part of why you're there, right?
Yeah.
I had the same ordeal at my university where I always had to, you know, attend workouts, practices, everything. Like this was part of why I was there. It's part of why I was on scholarship. Now that we've transitioned into that period where we don't have to do it anymore.
Oh, Lord.
We could do it. We don't have to do it. Where do you find the motivation to keep going, running 5Ks, running 3Ks, where? Because you don't have to do it anymore. You're not on TV.
I'm not on TV anymore.
Yo, what is with this fly?
The fly. I mean, it clearly likes you.
Fly swatter. Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Honestly, what keeps me going is like I actually like enjoy working out. Like I'm really one of those weirdos who gets like the runner's high, and oh my god, that fly.
Yeah, it's different. Keep going.
But yeah, so I actively like instead, and this is something that a mindset I adapted when I was in college. Instead of saying like, oh, I have to do this, I just changed it to, oh, I get to do this. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to go work out. Like how exciting. Like I just kind of like brainwash myself into thinking I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I think the mentality of that is you're approaching it from a more positive mindset. You're approaching it from a more appreciative mindset.
That's how you got to do it.
You know, and I always love to say like, yo, you wake up next day, you got a whole new day to win.
Exactly.
You literally have a whole new day to like do what you want to do.
Like
you could have the most wackest day today. Everything can go wrong. You can miss your meetings. You can miss whatever. You can not land that deal. You can do whatever. But you literally wake up next. You have a whole nother day, like
to just capitalize on it. And
you know what I'm saying?
I always tell God, like when I pray, I'm like, just show me how good it could get. Like show me how great it could get. And each day, it just, I'm not saying like I have bad days. I feel like anybody does. But I'm just like, I'm just going to be positive. Like each day is going to get better at some point. Like there's no way you have a shitty day, like completely.
Yeah, it's inevitable. At some point, it's inevitable. I think, you know, because there's a lot of people that don't wake up the next day. That's a real thing.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that mentality altogether, it helped me get through a lot of things as well. And I the way I approach life now is like there's gonna be highs, there's gonna be lows, but for each low, the high will counteract that.
Exactly.
And that's why, like, when I'm in a low point of my time or my life, I always think like, yo, there's gonna be a point where it gets better.
Yeah.
A lot of times, and then end up being better.
And then like you look back on it and you're like, damn, like I was really down bad.
Yeah, really down bad. But also when you're up there, I'm realizing, okay, it might get whack at some points too. You know what I'm saying? It won't always be here too. And that's just the highs and lows.
You gotta live in the moment. Gotta live in the moment.
I like how you threw that in there.
Yep.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, so I want to take it back to Caravana. I'm kind of pissed I didn't make it outside and shit. But
it's not outside, y'all.
Yeah, you're going to do mass again?
Yeah, well, I'm actually doing mass for Miami Carnival in October.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're a serious masquerader.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Only because last year was my first year playing in Miami. And the band I played with, I'm like, oh, I would do this all the time because they have like literal trucks with like unlimited liquor. They give you like a cup and you just give, and it's like top shelf liquor.
That's what they're feeling like.
Yeah.
The Don Julio's.
Yeah, like you get
Shit,
anything,
Casa.
1800, like.
Not bad. Okay.
Yeah, and they had like food. It was just so
Yeah.
much fun, and the costumes were so pretty. And I have like a good amount of like friends in Miami too, so it's just a fun weekend.
So, I've heard good and bad things about Miami Carnival. I've heard the best carnival to date is Trinidad. That's what I've been hearing. Toronto's it's up
It's
there.
cute.
It's it does its thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't heard too many good things about Miami. Is it cat? Like what's going on there?
I mean, I had fun because I was faded, and
that's anywhere though.
Yeah.
You can be anywhere.
Yeah, like it was okay. I feel like it's a different experience. It's not as organized. Oh my gosh, I hope Miami Carnival people don't be like, give me your
like crazy.
Give me that costume back.
Banned.
Yeah. But like like Toronto like Caravan is way better.
Yeah.
But it's still fun. I guess I'll see this year now. I will say this route is shorter, not as organized. They just be letting anybody in because I think there you just like buy a ticket. Like if you don't have a costume, you just buy a ticket and go.
As like a fan, like
and like people could come in. So and like I remember it was just taking so long and it was so hot that I just left my band like with my friend and I'm like I'm off this. Like
yo, they don't want giving you looks like what's going on?
Like they literally just didn't care. Like and then I just came back when it was like I think the band crossed at like 9 or 10 p.m. and I'm just like
fraud.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this girl joined the band. Oh my
I'm like,
gosh.
sorry. They gave me a big box of chicken. And it was really good jerk chicken, and I really do, and that's saying a lot because I don't think American Jamaicans can cook very well.
Yeah.
So
I have family in Fort Lauderdale. A lot of family in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, they. I haven't heard much about the carnival in Miami, but there's one place because I used to live in Florida. I used to live by Gainesville.
You did tell me that.
Yeah. And,
there's nothing to do up there.
There was, but there wasn't. And I remember this one place called Zaxby's. You know Zaxby's? Zaxby's is
no way you're about to tell me Zaxby's.
Zaxby's is crack. Are you kidding me? There's no way you think Zaxby's is trash.
It's okay.
Zaxby's and Publix chicken sandwiches.
Okay, Publix chicken sandwiches go crazy.
You know that slaps.
Oh my gosh, they go crazy.
Oh, like goodness gracious.
No, because I lived around the corner from a Publix. Yeah. And let me tell you, after a hard workout, I'm in that. And sometimes they have like a buy one get one free situation. I know. Oh my god, and the wedges.
Yeah, the wedges hit too. I wasn't a wedges guy that time because I was in high school these times. I wasn't a big wedges guy, but the sandwiches were
God sent. Even the Publix cakes, like the ones.
We're giving too much promo to Publix. They're not paying.
Yeah,
us,
they're not paying me.
I have to edit this part out too. Shit. What's this promo going on?
I'm sorry.
Come on, bro.
I'm sorry.
I know you're a digital creator and shit, but damn, man, shit.
It just comes naturally. Once you do it for a long time, you just like do it.
But it's just going back to being a creator and being an entrepreneur. It's good to have Black women in business, you know, and I find a lot of times, even after the pandemic, I've seen more and more of them.
Yeah.
You know, talk about what that means to you.
It's really special. Like, and I will say, like, a lot of the opportunities I have were given to me by Black women, like being mentioned in like Essence, like it was a Black woman that put me on. And just like a lot of the different things that I was able to do, like Black women helped me. Even like yesterday, like my friend, she's planning on opening up like a beauty bar, and she's like, I want Woman Beauty in there. Like, I'm just like, wow, like it's just so special. And having like, I have 3 nieces, and they're just like, oh, Auntie Maya, like my aunt owns a business and she does this and that. And it was so cute. I make like a rose scrub, and my youngest niece, she's literally like 7 or 8, and my mom has like a perfume, and she's like, oh, this smells just like Auntie Maya's like scrubs.
That's
and I'm
jokes.
just like,
that's crazy.
You know what my products smell like? So it's just like building a legacy for them to like have somebody to look up to, and it's just really special to me. I love it.
Did you ever think you'd be doing this?
Never.
Down the line?
Never. I'd be like, I'm not a business like person. I didn't think I was, not that I didn't think I was business minded, but I just didn't see myself being able to like balance track and all the other things I was doing and run it. Like I'm very much, if I'm doing something, it has to be done really well. So I just didn't think I ever had the time to, but scheduling is one hell of a thing. So
yeah, we talked about that. What advice do you have for someone that's not a scheduler?
Get an agenda. Get an agenda, like, and just like write down like what you need to do and set aside the time. And it seems like daunting and overwhelming, but it's really not. Like once you just be like, okay, I have to do this for X amount of time, and then I have to do this and that, like you'll be able to get your footing and just plan everything out. But I'm naturally a planner by nature, so maybe it's just easy.
You seem organized. You seem
very organized.
Yeah, I can definitely take some tips from that. That's really interesting. That's very interesting to me because, you know, as a community, I think community is everything when starting a business. You have to have supporters.
It's true.
And that's not to mean that, you know, your friends have to be those supporters, because a lot of times there's a lot of misconceptions with, like, if you're my friend, you're going to support regardless of what I'm doing. And I do not believe that at all. At all. You could have the worst product, but because I'm your friend, I have to support. That doesn't make sense.
Like, hold me accountable. Like, if my scrubs were trash, y'all better tell me that they were trash and, like, help me elevate it. Like, don't just be like, oh yeah, my friend has the body butter line. Like, you know,
no.
Tell me.
I think there's value in honesty.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's value in transparency, and I don't think there's enough of that these time of days. Right. But I'm sure with, you know, because what you're doing is you're creating a formula with these scrubs. You know, I'm sure you tested these scents.
Yeah.
A lot of trial and error.
Lots of trial and error.
How did you know when you hit gold?
Honestly, it was my mom who helped me.
Oh, she's
she was low-key like my test bunny.
Wow, I like that.
Because like at the time in the pandemic, because I would literally packed up my whole apartment in New York and moved back to Toronto. Like, I packed up in 24 hours. So I was staying with my parents during the pandemic, and I'm just there in the kitchen just doing stuff. And she's like, girl, what the hell are you doing? Like, and so I'm just like, okay, Mom, you have to try this. And then you have to try this. And then try this. And she's like, okay, this one's good. This one, not so much. This one. And, like, it's so funny because you spend a lot of money, like, doing the trial and error. Like, I got, like, a whole bunch of different essential oils. And I'm like, okay, well, this one smells like garbage. Like, and, like, some of them made me itch. Like, it was really a tough balancing act. But
you're ordering them, obviously, online, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, there's, like,
wholesale?
Wholesale,
Okay.
like, people that you could, like, that are trusted that you buy off. But, like, it was a whole ordeal. But shout out to my mom.
Yeah.
Mom, you held it down.
That's big. That's big. That's community.
Yeah, it's community.
It's community.
This is a community.
It's community.
And I'd make anybody who came, like, to the house, I'm like, can you try this? And, like, I'm rubbing it on their hands. And, like, I'm literally just here to say hello. Yeah. Like, it's a whole pandemic.
So where can we get these products? If someone's looking for these products, where's the best place to get them?
On our website, www.momentbeautyco.com. And we even have, like, because I'm very lucky I did this in the pandemic because I was able to, like, really... You
could take your time with it.
Yeah. So I even, like, created, like, there's, like, a quiz. So you figure out, like, which scrub is best for you. So you get, like, exactly what you're looking for. Because some people have different needs. And some people have sensitive skin. Or some people, like, have hyperpigmentation. So addressing those needs, like, you're able to find the best scrub.
I like that. And this is both for men and women.
Yes. Men, buy it. Like... Please.
Yeah, because I think a lot of times with men care, you know, men's skin and men's skin care, for lack of better words, it's very undermined. It's not really focused on, especially in the men's community.
And, like, I don't understand why. Like, niggas get ashy too. Like,
we all get ashy.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just neglect, and also just it's not prioritized.
And that's why I made sure, like, all the scrubs, like, they're not, like the scents aren't super feminine. Like, it's kind of, like, unisex.
Because, there are some, I won't lie, there are some scents I've smelled, not from your brand, of course, but, like, I'm just like,
this is
no
very...
It's too fruity.
Like...
A little bit too much watermelon there.
Yeah, just a little too sweet.
What are we doing? Yeah,
like,
come on now.
But
I know guys that wear women's deodorant.
I mean... Women's deodorant smells good.
That's a real
The Powder
thing.
Fresh? You don't like Powder Fresh? No? Are we gonna cut that one out? Like, are we gonna cut that?
Should we? Yeah, but back to deodorant. No, I'm joking. I know guys that actually do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it does need to be more valued in the men's community.
Exactly. And I even made, like, there's one scrub that I'm literally like, okay, like, this one, it smelled like I love it, but I'm like, this is a more musky one just for guys. Like, I'm like, okay, like, if you guys
a little grunge.
Yeah, a little, you know, something.
Do that one more time?
No, it was a one-time thing.
Yeah. Maya,
Andre.
it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. What's new with you? What can people look forward to with you moving forward? Because I know you got Moment Beauty. I know you got the 5Ks going on still.
I have 5Ks going on. Contracted until, like, November.
Oh, my goodness gracious. How are the knees?
They're good.
Yeah?
Good shoes.
Physio?
No. You know what? Coming back here, because when I was running, we have like Athletics Canada has like a training facility. So I would just go there. So now I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have to find like my own like physio.
Yeah.
I have to find
It's
my
ghetto.
own. Yeah.
Really ghetto. You.
I'm like, huh?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
People actually do this?
People do that?
Normal people
Yeah,
do this?
it's
Oh
crazy.
my God, it's tough. Weird.
So I have to find
Very.
a doctor.
Oh,
like,
man. Ugh, shit. Wouldn't wish that on my
hard.
worst enemy.
Yeah. My life's so hard these
Terrible.
days.
Oh my gosh. Terrible.
Yeah. So these are good for now.
Yeah, I like that, man. I feel like the older we get, I have to watch mine too as well. I'm in like a men's league these days
Oh,
for
Lord.
basketball.
You got to stretch your IT band. That's really the secret.
Yeah, I got a crazy story. I actually dislocated my kneecap. My kneecap on my left knee was on the left side.
What?
It was disgusting. This is like 4 years ago. It's because my IT band was too tight, but my VMO was not strong enough. So it was pulling to the side.
That sounds horrendous.
It was disgusting. And I remember just being in the hospital, like my kneecap, literally, I'm looking at it on the side. And then at one moment, it just like shifted back in. It was disgusting.
That sounds really painful.
Yeah, I was on crutch. It wasn't like crazy. It was crazy. I was probably on
No, that
crutches
sounds
for like
crazy.
a month. Yeah, a month
Yeah.
and a bit. But it was right before my first season at U of A. And I was pissed because I had to wear this like big ass like knee band. I was like, fuck this shit, man.
Aw.
So cheesy, but you know, you live
It
in
made you appreciate when
live-
you're
yeah.
healthy.
appreciate your knees. Though. Shit. You
And now you
should,
know,
man.
just work on your IT band.
Yeah, I
Like,
always do.
I had to
IT
roll
and
it
VMO.
out.
VMO
Yeah.
especially.
I'm sorry, I don't know what the VMO is.
VMO?
Like, I had to just
It's
pretend.
like yeah, that's crazy.
Like, I was like,
yeah,
mhm.
no, it's literally like the muscle inside of your knee.
So like
On the inside, right there, like below here.
below your adductor.
So below the kneecap actually. No, I lied. No, it's above so like right over here.
Okay.
So right above the knee, inside, right here. So this muscle is what controls the kneecap and keeps it in place from being shifted outside of your knee.
We're getting an anatomy lesson.
We're getting in
now.
that. I don't even study this. Please do not take medical advice from this podcast.
It
But
sounds like you sound pretty
this,
legit.
No, this is one thing I know for sure. Like every athlete, especially, work on that VMO because that was an eye opener for me.
No,
But,
I mean, it's a little too late for me, but
Yeah, it is what it's a little too late for me now too.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
you learn.
If anyone could take anything from this podcast, work on your VMO,
Work on your VMO.
stretch the IT band,
Stretch IT. Roll it out. I had to roll it out
Roll
for
it
10
out.
minutes every day.
and take a moment.
Take a moment. Take a moment. That's it.
Oh man, Maya. Before we wrap this up, do you have
Mhm.
any last words? Anything you want to get off your chest?
Gosh, I thought this is putting me on the hot seat now.
It's warm now. It's warm. I don't know if
It's
it's
like-
hot.
it's pretty warm.
It's warming up a little bit.
Yeah, like it's like
Yeah.
I'm sweating. Oh my gosh, can you give me like
You need
just-
like a minute.
no?
You can come
I
back.
need a moment.
You can, oh, I like that.
I need a moment because like I feel like we covered a lot.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot. But I mean, in terms of what you have coming up
Oh, what do I have coming up
Yeah.
next? I'm working with Nordstrom, creating content for them. So that's
big.
really exciting. That's why one thing I will say, y'all put out the content because I never thought I would end up on their like radar, but here I am. No matter how big or small your platform is, just put it out. Doesn't even matter how much engagement you're getting at this point.
Mhm.
Especially now that I work on the other side of it in digital marketing. Like I know what to look for, and I'm just like, oh, we really just like UGC content. Like as long as you make good content, people and brands will pay for it.
Mhm.
So
UGC, user generated content.
yes,
Okay. Just
yes.
clarifying
Look
that.
at you
Okay.
knowing
No,
the
one
terms.
of my previous guests used that term. I was like, okay, I remember that one.
I remember that one. It's a
Yeah.
good one. It's a good one.
I know that one. I know that one.
That's the one
Yeah.
that I know.
Yeah.
So,
So okay,
yeah,
that's
working
big.
with
That's big. I'm
Nordstrom.
looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. I mean, I'm honestly, it's round 3 that I've done. I just sent them the content and they post it, but I think this next batch I might post on my personal page too.
Yeah, we're here for it. We're here for it. Get the gaps tapped in.
There you guys
Get
tapped
the
in,
gaps
double tap.
tapped in. We tapped in.
You guys gotta
Literally,
double
we tapped
tap.
in. Don't worry, we here. We here. We
Oh,
tapped
very
in.
clever, very
We tapped
clever.
in. Oh, look at the flies back, man. Shit.
Now you can't keep it away from
Terrible.
my.
It might be the pineapple, I think.
See, that's why being allergic has its perks.
You're allergic to pineapple?
I'm allergic to pineapple and
yeah, my
eggplant.
condolences.
It's okay. I still eat it sometimes. Like,
Wait, what?
yeah. Like,
You willingly, so what happens? You
I
on the
break
toilet?
out. No,
Oh.
I break out into like hives a little
Oh,
bit, but
shit.
mostly on like my stomach.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
really,
yeah.
and it's not that cute.
I know guys that like drink, milk, ice cream, and are lactose intolerant. So I'm like
You guys don't value.
terrible.
And it's
Those
funny.
are the type of guys I don't let into my washroom.
You don't let
Tell
them
you that.
in. You
Yeah,
don't
they're
let
not
them
getting
in.
in. They're
Because
not
like
getting in.
at this point, you don't really respect my home.
You don't respect me.
Yeah, like come
you don't
on.
you don't
yo.
Yo, I'm gonna swat you. All right, before I get mad at this fly, let me wrap this up.
Yeah.
Maya, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you again for coming on. I know this is extremely late notice, but
okay.
again, thank you, and we'll be tapped in.
Tapped in.
All right.
All right.
On that note, we out.
Bye, y'all. That was good. I wasn't as nervous as I thought it would be.
No, it's just conversation.
Yeah, you were really right. It was a conversation.
Yeah.